Oh, honey, take a deep breath because this story right here is not for the weak. For years, people watched Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones play love like a long, messy chess game, on and off, loud and quiet, passionate one minute, cold the next. From red carpets to reality TV blow-ups, they sold the image of a ride-or-die kind of love, the kind that survives rumors, family drama, and public embarrassment. But what if everything we thought we knew was just a carefully held mask? Because now, the same woman who once stood 10 toes down for Jim is standing up in court, saying enough is enough. Lawsuits, accusations, pain that can't be edited out or brushed off with a cute interview. And when Chrissy finally spoke, she didn't whisper, she didn't hint, she said it straight. She called him a dog, and she claimed the love she protected for years turned into something darker behind closed doors. What nobody expected was this story to explode the way it did. And once you hear how it all unfolded, you'll understand why this isn't just another celebrity breakup. This is a reckoning. Chrissy Lampkin didn't come into the spotlight as some naive girl chasing fame. She was grown, confident, and outspoken from day one. When audiences first met her on reality TV, she was already deep into a relationship with Jim Jones, a Harlem rapper with street credibility, industry connections, and a big personality that filled up every room he walked into. Their love wasn't quiet or soft, it was fiery, loud, and complicated. Chrissy was the woman who proposed to Jim on national television, flipping tradition and daring anyone to question her confidence. Fans saw her as bold, loyal, and unafraid to fight for her man, even when his own mother seemed to be fighting against her. That tension alone became reality TV history. But behind the glamour and dramatic moments, there was a long relationship shaped by imbalance. Jim was the star, the artist, the one with a career that demanded attention. Chrissy often played the supportive partner, the woman holding things together while dealing with disrespect, rumors, and constant questions about when or if marriage would ever happen. Years turned into decades. Engagements dragged on without weddings. Promises were made, then quietly walked back. Still, Chrissy stayed. She defended him in interviews. She shut down gossip. She swallowed frustration with a smile, telling herself love meant patience. For a long time, people praised her loyalty, but loyalty can slowly turn into self-betrayal when one person keeps giving and the other keeps taking. And that's where the cracks started to show. Chrissy began sounding tired, less hopeful, more guarded. She talked about lowering expectations just to protect her peace, and that wasn't growth, that was survival. The fairy tale fans believed in was already fading long before the public realized it. But here's the twist. Things weren't just emotionally messy. According to Chrissy, they became physically and psychologically harmful. And once that line is crossed, there's no going back. When the lawsuit hit the public, it landed like a thunderclap. Chrissy Lampkin wasn't just walking away quietly. She was accusing Jim Jones of domestic abuse, saying their relationship crossed into violence. Not rumors, not vague shade, legal action, court documents, a woman finally putting into writing what she says she endured in silence. And for fans who spent years watching their love story unfold, it was shocking, but for others, it sadly made sense. Chrissy alleged that Jim's behavior had become aggressive and unpredictable. She described incidents where arguments didn't stop at words, moments where anger turned physical. She claimed she was slapped, humiliated, and left emotionally shaken. And what made it even heavier was her claim that some of this behavior happened in front of others, stripping away the privacy that often hides abuse. This wasn't a single bad night, she suggested. This was a pattern. Jim, of course, denied the accusations. His camp pushed back hard, calling the claims exaggerated or untrue. Supporters rushed to defend him, saying Chrissy was bitter, that the breakup had gone left, that this was about revenge or money. But here's the thing, Chrissy didn't sound like someone chasing clout. She sounded like someone exhausted from carrying pain for too long. When she spoke publicly, there was no excitement, no dramatic flair, just heaviness, disappointment, and anger that had nowhere else to go. She didn't paint herself perfect. She didn't say the relationship was all bad. She said she loved him deeply. That's what made it hurt more. Loving someone who hurts you creates a confusing emotional prison. You question yourself, you protect them, you hope they'll change. And for years, Chrissy did exactly that. She stayed quiet because she believed in the man she thought Jim could be, not the man he was becoming. What nobody expected was how blunt she became once she stopped protecting him. Calling him a dog wasn't just an insult, it was a release. A woman finally dropping the polite language and saying how she really felt. It was anger mixed with grief, because when love dies this way, it doesn't fade, it explodes. As the story spread, old clips resurfaced, moments where Chrissy looked uncomfortable, scenes where arguments escalated too fast. Fans began re-watching their relationship with new eyes. Suddenly, the red flags felt louder, the dismissive comments, the power imbalance, the way Chrissy often shrank herself to keep the peace. Hindsight has a cruel way of revealing what we missed the first time. And let's not ignore the role of fame here. Being in the public eye makes leaving harder. Speaking up risked backlash, disbelief, and character assassination. Chrissy knew that. She knew people would question her motives, but she did it anyway, because at some point, silence becomes more dangerous than truth. The emotional impact of this situation runs deep. Chrissy wasn't just losing a partner, she was grieving years of her life, years she invested believing love would eventually feel safe and equal. Abuse doesn't just bruise the body, it rewires the mind. Trust becomes fragile, self-worth gets chipped away slowly, and when the world watches your pain like entertainment, the healing becomes even harder. Family relationships suffered, friendships were tested. Some people believed her, others distanced themselves. That loneliness is one of the cruelest parts of speaking out. You expect support, but instead you get silence, judgment, or excuses made for the person who hurt you. Chrissy had to stand strong while her story was debated like gossip. Career-wise, the situation followed her everywhere. Interviews weren't about her growth anymore, they were about the lawsuit. Headlines reduced her to the trauma she survived. And still, she showed up. She spoke carefully, she held her ground. That takes strength most people never have to develop. For Jim, the accusations cast a long shadow. Even denial doesn't erase doubt. Once abuse enters the conversation, reputations change forever. Relationships with fans, collaborators, and even family get strained. And whether the courts decide one way or another, the public perception has already shifted. This wasn't just a breakup, it was a collapse. Now, here's the part that really sits heavy. Chrissy's story isn't rare, it just happens to involve famous names. So many women stay in harmful relationships because love, loyalty, and hope keep them trapped. They wait for change, they minimize pain, they protect the very people breaking them. Seeing Chrissy finally say no more resonated with people who saw themselves in her silence. As this chapter closes, the ending isn't clean or comforting. There's no fairy tale resolution, just truth, consequences, and the slow work of healing. Chrissy stepping away wasn't weakness, it was survival. It was choosing herself after years of choosing someone else. And maybe that's the real lesson here. Love shouldn't require endurance at the cost of safety. Loyalty shouldn't mean losing yourself. And silence should never be the price you pay to keep a relationship alive. Whether the courts bring closure or not, Chrissy has already reclaimed her voice. She told her story on her own terms. And once that door is opened, it can never be shut again. So as the dust settles and the headlines move on, remember this isn't just celebrity drama. It's a reminder that behind the lights and cameras are real people with real pain. And sometimes the strongest thing someone can do isn't staying, it's finally walking away. And as this chapter slowly comes to a close, one thing is painfully clear. This was never just a messy celebrity breakup. This was a woman reaching her breaking point after years of silence, sacrifice, and emotional survival. Chrissy Lampkin didn't wake up one day and decide to burn it all down. She endured, she hoped, she protected, until protecting him started destroying her. Love is supposed to feel safe, not frightening. It's supposed to lift you, not leave you questioning your worth behind closed doors. And when Chrissy finally chose to speak, it wasn't about revenge or attention. It was about reclaiming her voice. No more pretending, no more shrinking, no more swallowing pain to keep a public image alive. Whether people believe her or not, her truth is hers to tell, and once that truth is spoken out loud, it changes everything. Jim Jones may deny the accusations, but the damage to this love story is already done. Some things can't be undone. So the real question now isn't who wins in court, it's what healing looks like after loving someone who hurt you. Chrissy's journey forward won't be easy, but it will be honest. And sometimes walking away isn't giving up, it's finally choosing yourself.